Hey guys, Jonah here, back with another beer review. It's Friday night, so it's time for some beer. We're doing another one from the Ferment Beer Awards 10th year anniversary Specky Ale. And we're doing one from these guys as the light flims and dims and all that kind of stuff. Signature Brew, and it says their musical tap room. So believe it or not, there's some guy jamming in front of in front of some fermenters and stuff by the look of it. And I'm sure I've had some of their beer before. They've always got a musical kind of signature, um, right? And there's some more pictures of their tap room. It looks proper. It looks proper. And I'm pretty sure that these guys are in. I think they're from Walthamstow. Which is good for Christmas because of the E17. They were from Walthamstow, if you remember, because that's the postcode. Right, let us show you the beer we're going to have. It is Signature Brew. It's the Roadie All Night IPA and 4.3. So I guess this is not a proper IPA. This is a session IPA because IPAs are supposed to be stronger than that, really. Right, since 2011, we've created music award-winning beers, collaborations with some of London's musicians, at our East London brewery. Yes, it must be all-night IPA, refreshing beer loaded with hops, fit for road crews, etc., etc. Gives the OG, which is good, 1041. So yeah, kind of weak, and the IBU is 28, so that's pretty weak as well. So basically, this is going to be a weak hoppy beer, which is a shame. What do we got in there? We've got barley, we've got oats, and wheat. What a surprise! And I believe, let's have a look. Yeah, so the brewery, I think this is where the brewery is. Oatlands Park. Yeah, there you go. E17, which is Walthamstow. Um, over near Tottenham, or where Tottenham used to have their stadium and all that kind of stuff. I have been that way a few times when I used to live in London, but and quite easy to get to Walthamstow. It's not too bad. Since they closed the Greyhound track, I've kind of lost interest. But I believe the hops are Simcoe, Citra, and Magnum, which is kind of cool. I tell you what though, looking at that and the little boxes there, I think that's quite cool. I like it when breweries do that kind of stuff. It's a robust beer. I bet you it isn't because of the weak gravity. Um, anyway, we shall see what we get, dear viewer. I reckon this is going to be pretty hoppy though. But alas, all in the late in the boil, which is going to put it in the basically every other beer I drink nowadays is a hoppy, just weak beer. And I know people are doing it. Well, I suspect breweries are doing it to make money. So they sell more beer because if you have a 6% beer versus a 4% beer, you more or less have to buy 2 or 3 4% beers. Cool. Right, here we go. Here we go. Glass, glass, can, glass. Right, let's see if it's hazy or not. Right, so it's pouring very, very clear. But as we get to the bottom, is it going to turn hazy all of a sudden? It's got a little bit of haze in there at the bottom. Hazy bottom. Oh, there we go. There's something. I should really turn these round, but that is probably as good as you're going to get it today. Half a finger's fluffy white head. My goodness. And yeah, really nice aroma. This has been chilling down in the fridge. Oh, I love that. Oh, that feminine bulge there. But yes, it is pretty damn hazy. Not surprised really, but lots of citrus. Maybe a touch of greenery there too. Yeah, it smells quite juicy. Maybe a touch of yeastiness there too. We shall see what we get, dear viewer. Merry Christmas. We're getting very close to Christmas. It is the last weekend before Christmas weekend. So yeah, why not go out and enjoy some beers? If you're not subscribed already, what are you doing, dear viewer? Click like, click subscribe, leave me a message. Chum on. Let's dive into this one. Quite a good amount of zestiness going on up front. But not much else. Kind of as that zestiness kind of descends over your taste buds, it is a little bit watery. It is a little bit weak, but reasonably hoppy. If you like that kind of, I would describe it as citrus, maybe orangey, probably coming from the Simcoe, maybe a touch of the greenness coming from the Magnum perhaps, but Magnum usually is used to give bittering, of which 28 IBUs is quite low bitterness. Pardon me. So yeah, not much in there, and then that little touch of greenery perhaps coming from the Citra as well. So it's a bit grassy, but it's kind of that orangey, juicy thing going on. But alas, it's not. They said it's a really robust. What did they say it was? Robust and resilient. It even says it down there. I don't know if you can read that. Which is nonsense. And this is not an IPA, not a flat IPA. Maybe this is one of the ones that you would call a session IPA, which in my book is a misnomer. It's marketing speak. They haven't put it on this can, but an IPA should not be near 4%. It's absolutely ridiculous, but not bad tasting beer, I have to say. Let's dive in for some more. Let's see what we get. Yep, that zestiness is still there. Right, so this time, the second taste I'm getting is a little bit of creaminess, which is obviously coming from the oats and the wheat. It's weird because I seem like I'm saying the same things over and over, and that's because nearly every beer that I'm getting, especially from Beer 52, is a very similar clone of itself. Okay, different hops, different malts, etc., etc. But there's far too many of these kind of hazy session IPAs, and they kind of all merge into one. A lot of them are using Citra, a lot of them are using Simcoe. Okay, this one's used Magnum, but like I said before, Magnum is predominantly a bittering hop, and this is not a bitter beer, so they probably only added a pinch. It sounds like I'm ragging on this beer, and it's not this beer in particular. It's just the way that a lot of people are doing the same beers, and there's lots of beer styles to choose from. So why is everyone doing the same beer, and why is everyone doing 4% beer, especially in a tiny can? You might as well drink non-alcoholic beer. In fact, no, Divya, please don't do that because they're expensive as well. They've got no actual alcohol in, so what is the point? You might as well pay and have a soft drink and not have a huge markup. Well, if you buy it in a pub, it's a huge markup anyway. But you know what I mean, dear VR. Right, I'm going to finish this beer off. How are we doing? We're approaching 10 minutes. So, anyone in the Ramsgate, Broadstairs, Margate area, or those of you further afield in Kent, there is a, I'm going to a do tomorrow. Same as last week, and my God, had 17 beers last week. Could have ended in tears, but it didn't. But yeah, probably not so many. But it's going to be a session, a lunchtime session in the ale house in the middle of our street, which I believe still comes under Broadstairs. I'm not sure. Look it up. Look it up. Google is your friend here. If you want to come and say hello to Unclejona, that's where I'm going to be tomorrow, from about 1 o'clock onwards. Going to have a little bit of food. Probably progress to other places. Maybe the Royce. I want to go to the pub across the road from there, which is just a normal geezer's pub. But I haven't actually been there. Nautical Ales, which is what this one, the ale house in the middle of our street, used to be called, under former management. It was a micro pub. I have been there, but not to the new one. And I haven't been to the pub across the road either, which is something like the Hare and Hound, or I can't remember exactly what it is, but it's a traditional pub name. But I want to go in there just because I like checking out different pubs. Probably going to be a builder's pub, but you know what? I love builders pubs. I think they're cool. Anyway, let's drink the rest of this, see if we get anything different, because this is where things tend to settle out. So sometimes you get something different from the last taste, from your drink. Nice tie lines I've got so far, which is a good sign. Whoa. And another good tide line. Some really nice foam. Nothing really sticks out this time, dear viewer, with the foam. But that, yeah, not a bad beer at all. But I'm just fed up with this style, especially at Christmas. I'm trying to get some of these out of the way because before the end of the year, because they are seasonal beers. But I might, for tomorrow, try and get one of the real gnarly vocation beers out of the way. Oh, got a couple in bottles as well. Ridiculously strong, barrel aged kind of beers. Anyway, this has been Unclejona. Hopefully you enjoyed your Friday evening beer with me, and I'll be back definitely tomorrow with another beer review. And until then, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and why don't you go and drink some beer over this last weekend before Christmas?